and then we'll get started here. Home. There it is, Wax Community Meeting. It is live. There we go.
Well, welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Was hoping that we would have more of you here to give feedback. This is, kind of a rare opportunity to get this your thoughts and opinions and feelings in front of the peoples, the powers that be at Wax. Maybe if everybody who's here could post in various telegrams to the link and let them know that we're here now. We want to make sure everybody's voices have an opportunity to be heard, and that this is kind of like a town hall. This is not us talking a whole lot about Wax. This is us opening up the platform for you guys to share your thoughts about Wax and what your feedback is to the Wax team, what concerns you might have. You might want to tell Travis something that you might not want to do privately. You might want everybody to hear what you think about Travis.
That's just you.
That's just,
We got something.
that might just be me.
Zach might have some airings as well. He might need to drop.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm super invested.
And I'm hoping that we have people here from all the various teams as well, because the creators and developers, whether you are creating an NFT product or you're with a marketplace or developing some other tool and technology that's using the Wax blockchain, all of this is important. So whether it is about any of those things that I just discussed, whether it's about software, whether it's about, what you hope to see from Wax. Jazzy told me she's going to be here in a little bit lurking. I'm not going to call her out, but she's also going to watch the replay. And we've got some survey questions that we're going to put up as well for you to give feedback. So the way it's going to work is in Zoom, you can raise your hand. Just put your hand up, just like, I'm right here. Since I don't see it on this end, maybe somebody who is a viewer can explain what the raised hand looks like from your end. Is there somebody that can do that? That's not a host. Sky has done that.
Yeah, Sky just raised his hand, his hand.
All right, Sky, so you may feel free. You're first up. You can unmute and turn on your camera if you like. You don't have to turn on your camera, but you are the first one to be able to provide some feedback. What would you like us to know?
Yeah, and anybody who doesn't have a microphone, feel free to just type out your thoughts into the chat, and we can just read those out.
Okay, so Sky was just providing. Okay, please don't mute me. Click reaction and then click raise hand. So there's reactions down below. I think, isn't that different from, these are the reactions. I think raising your hand to speak is something different.
That might be a reaction that's only there for viewers.
Yes. Okay, a Crypto Keeper, why don't you come on and let us know what you want us to know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sound good.
Okay, great, awesome. It's Crypto Keeper here. First of all, raise hand is in the more down at the bottom in the toolbar, where the same place where you go to get the chat. So you click that more, you bring that up if you're on a phone, and raise hand is one of the options there. I guess I more a comment about the Wax community. I'm fairly, I wasn't part of social media for a long time, for probably 10 years. And I came to the Wax community kind of via the Nifty cards set. Just came across my Twitter feed, and I just was a lurker for a while and got quite involved. And what a community it is! So I really wanted to just give a shout out to the whole community, and I'm so happy to be here and to be the keeper. And other than that, I think the what's going on with the tokenomics right now is very interesting. I'm watching it very closely. But you guys are doing a great job. You're knocking it out of the park daily. So thanks for the time.
Thank you, sir. Crypto Keeper. Not keeping my cryptos.
Yeah, I'd like to keep my own crypto safe for myself, if you don't mind. But that was great. Thank you for one. Thank you for being the first person to jump on and say a little something. I know that sometimes it takes some folks a little bit to warm up and do that, but thanks for jumping in. And that's one of the things that I think I would say primarily is that, boom, I think the community on Wax is phenomenal. I think it's growing in. If you're on these telegrams and you're connecting with people, mostly friendly encounters, not a lot of douches in the space, I've noticed. And so I'm excited about the community, and thanks for jumping on, Crypt Keeper. And looks like we got Sky's got the hand up once again. I don't know if you have a question this time or you just have not put your hand down.
Yeah, if you have a question, Sky, unmute yourself. Otherwise, just bring your hand down. You guys also notice I've got several polls here. This feedback is going to go to Wax as well. By the way, for some of you that aren't in the Blockchain Heroes or the Nifty Box or Bad Crypto community, I'm Joel Com. That's my son, Zach Com. That's Travis Wright. Travis and I are co-hosts of the Bad Crypto podcast and the Nifty Show. And Zach is creative director for Blockchain Heroes and other projects we're working on. Travis and I are on the Wax Advisory Council. We are each one half of one seat.
One seat, but he is not my dad.
I am not your dad. That's true. So this is all about you providing feedback, and don't be shy. This is, if you have questions about Wax, we can't answer the questions for you necessarily. This is to provide feedback about what you want to see, what you like, what you don't like, especially what you don't like, right? That's really the feedback. You know, it's great to go, attaboy, you're all awesome, yay, Wax. That's not going to be super helpful for the Wax team. What they need to know is what you want to see, what would help you as a developer, as a user, as a holder of Wax, as a staker of Wax, as someone who might be using the DeFi components. And so if I know you're here because I see you all, so this is about your contributions here. So raise your hand if you have something that you want to share. And Ollie, I see your hand. You may come on and share with us.
Hi guys, hi everyone. Yeah, so my question is, I've got a few ideas and I'm thinking, hey, I'd like to maybe start up a project on Wax, or at least learn more about it. So it'd be good if there was more information about that, like how to go about starting a project. And also, I'm particularly interested, like what's the copyright issues. So if I made an NFT with music cut from someone else or a video, what's legally allowed, what's not? If I animated the video, is that allowed? So anything to do with that would be really useful to know. That's basically it for now.
Excellent. I would imagine any copyright laws are the same. You know, there's fair use that falls under some realms, and then there's you know, I never understood how those who remix stuff for, you know, rap songs get away with just ripping a whole lick, you know, and using it in their song, but they do somehow.
Well, it's a remix. That's what the DJs do. And they mix them all up, and then they got their brand new remix. So I don't know, that one thing, I get some great questions there. I would probably try to stay away from copyright stuff. I think that there's a plenty of things you can get out there that have the rights that allow you to do that. So if you go like to Shutterstock or Envato or any of these places, you can find some music that you can utilize on your projects. So that's something. And I would definitely stay away from other people's, you know, creations unless you're working directly with them and you're partnering on a project together. But don't, you know, just for the general use, do not do that. Now, you ask about this. Can you do animations? Can you do some of these other things? Well, William Quigley has said this very succinctly, that, you know, an NFT is essentially a smart computer. It's a programmable smart contract. You can do animations, you can do videos, you know, they don't have to be images and they don't have to be rectangles, right? So that's one of the things that we like to talk about, is to think outside the rectangle. You know, you can do, we've done some transparent PNGs, we've done some videos, we've done animations, we've done 3D trophies. Bitcoin Origins is doing a whole lot of awesome animated cool things. And so there's a lot of different things you can do. And so I think it's just up to your imagination of what is possible at this point, because just think about it. It's media. Can it be done on media? Can it be AR, VR? Yeah, those can be NFTs as well. I think that there just hasn't, the industry standards haven't all caught up yet, but we're going to see all kinds of cool stuff pertaining to all that.
But it sounds like in terms of the spirit of providing feedback, that what you're looking for, Ollie, is a more newbie friendly, facilitation of new projects and new creators entering the wax economy. Which
okay, but I didn't ask, bro. Shut up.
Shut up.
That sentiment has been echoed by a couple people in chat. Aesthetic Joker said that's a great point. Some more helpful info for creators would be great. More in that area is always good. And Crypto Keeper said, suggestion, a better on-ramp. Let me get rid of fiat without getting blocked by bank, for love of goodness.
Okay, so CryptoPo blockchain, do you want to come on and share? I see you typed your question. Do you want to?
No, I don't think he does.
It's fine. I'll come on and talk. I just couldn't find the raise your hand button, but
sure thing, man.
I'm just very curious about, like, how do we, I know there's talk of bridges from bridges over to ETH. But I see the amount of ETH that's spent for NFTs, that aren't half as creative or as exciting as the things going on Wax. So how do we push that process so that happens sooner versus later?
You just don't make, sorry.
Who's talking? I think we have a clown in here that needs to be blocked. Zach, can you pay attention to whoever that was and just?
I'm trying to watch who they are. I see whenever they go unmuted, and then I remove them.
Just leave, ridiculous person. You're not welcome here. Seriously.
It's not very kind.
Yeah, you're an idiot. It's Helen. He keeps changing his name. He's a clown.
Yeah, I got rid of him already.
Okay. Bye, Helen. Okay.
I got rid of them.
So raise your hand if you have more to add to the conversation here. Feedback for Wax. I'm going to put up another poll while
and we could talk about it like this too, is that what are some of the things that you'd like to see done with technology? What are some ideas that you think could enhance Wax? What are some things that you see maybe on Ethereum that you'd like to see on Wax? What are some things pertaining to marketing or advertising that you think should happen? Because one of the things that we see is Atari came on and did a launch and they did not sell out and they had to burn a lot of their packs. Bratz came on, they didn't sell out. They had to burn a lot of their packs. You had Deadmau5 come on, and I think Deadmau5 was kind of, 24 hours into it was not sold out. And then somebody came in and bought a whole bunch of the packs and sold them out. So what are some thoughts maybe around that you think would, that you guys are interested in, or maybe have some suggestions around?
Great question. Feedback, gang. This is where you get to play. Don't be shy. You don't have to turn on your camera, but share your thoughts and your concerns around this. I've got a poll up now about other chains that, and if you want to add to this, the question is, what other platforms and blockchains do you transact on that have a better experience you wish Wax would adopt? The majority of you, I'm just going to go ahead and put this poll up so you can see the results, but I'm not surprised 45% said Ethereum. So those of you who said Ethereum, maybe somebody pop in here and tell us why. What about the experience would you like to see on Wax? Rob, come on.
Yeah, hey guys.
Hey man, good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Yeah, I just have, a comment on the previous commenter who came on and said, ETH projects getting all, well, they have the capital, and they've been through a bull run. But one thing we can do, and I just did a video on this recently, is get our NFTs out there. And I just did a video on Yup. It's a social platform built on EOS, but has a token on ETH as well. And it's the #1 social DApp on DApp Radar right now. And on their app, they have an NFT section. And that NFT section is just ETH item after ETH item after ETH item. So us as a community, we can earn crypto using Yup and, upvote our own atomic assets and simple asset NFTs and get our NFTs trending on there. Because, I mean, it's the biggest social DApp on DApp Radar right now. Thousands and thousands of people. We can earn crypto and promote our own stuff, because I completely agree. What's on Wax is, well, just the blockchain experience alone. We're in the middle of a bull run, and ETH fees are going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. And, they're going to help push people over just from that aspect. But yeah, let's, look at other projects in the crypto space that we can take advantage of and get our NFTs out there. And
so is this it right here? Yop.finance?
No.
What's
it's yup.io.
Yup. Okay, not Yup. Yup.
Yep.
Not Yup. Yup. Your opinions matter. Curate the web, earn an influence. Is this it right here?
Yes. And you click start. It's just a browser extension. And, you go up to your extension bar up there in the top, and on a page, just upvote content. And the app is the app itself.
Okay. We'll have to check this out a little bit more. Crypto.
So Rob, is this something that you would suggest a lot of people who are in NFTs to use, so then we can then upvote each other's NFT projects? That way they show up on this platform?
Yeah. And I mean, the cool thing about Yup, like, we can get integrated as well with them. Like on YouTube and Twitter, there's a button that appears right next to the like button, and it's the Yup button. So you hit the like button, you can hit the Yup button, and it's just one click away, and you upvote content and you earn Yup token from it, which the application itself is EOS.io. It runs on EOS, but the liquidity pool is on ETH. So a lot like we're seeing with Wax right now, getting that liquidity from ETH. So, it's already bridging the gap there, being on ETH. And, it's another EOS.io project, and it's the #1 social DApp on DApp Radar. So, it's where people are. It's what people are using right now, thousands and thousands of people. And NFTs. There's an NFT section, and you scroll through it, NFT gallery, and all you see is, Rareable, all this ETH stuff. We need to get our Wax stuff on there and get it to the top.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna poke around there for sure. Some of you clicked Tron, Flow, and Engine. I'm curious what you think those platforms do that that Wax doesn't, that you'd like to see.
Real fast, I want to acknowledge participation in the chat. Patrick says, I see you guys, you being Joel and Travis, of course, on the Wax Council. But apart from you, I don't hear any feedback from the council. Does the council have a roadmap? And I can extrapolate that into something that I've sort of seen, because Wax themselves do have a product roadmap, but there seems to be very little public interaction between the council and the community. And I'm not sure how much of that is expected, but of course, I think we all can appreciate transparency and openness in general.
There has not been a call for a council meeting as of yet. We're waiting on that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but so far, no council meeting. And that's why we're kind of just taking this into our own hands, because we want to serve this community, and just being on the council without counseling feels empty. So,
and I have seen a couple of people in the chat also ask for pack builders. I've heard rumblings that this is coming in a few weeks.
Those rumblings are accurate. That is not just indigestion you are experiencing.
Oh, good.
there is a pack builder indeed coming. The Atomic Hub guys are, along with the others that are running exchanges, are really driving the technology. Those that are building on blockchain driving, and they are working on a pack builder, which I want really desperately because got things I want to package up.
So we're going to be packing up our own NFTs and then offering up a random pack to somebody as like a grab bag. You don't know what's in it. Like,
you could do whatever you want once you could pack stuff, right? We're going to see all kinds of, just like right now, many of you are putting out NFTs, and creating your own content. Well, soon you'll be able to create those and put them in a pack and offer them just like we offer, Bitcoin Origins and Blockchain Heroes. You open it up and you see what you get.
Yeah. That is one of the fun things about, I think, opening up NFTs. If you just send somebody an NFT, that's one thing. Like, okay, cool, I got this NFT, now what? But if it's in a pack and you open it up in a pack experience, and that gives you a different vibe for sure.
Trey asked this stuff. He says some nice words, and then he says, for the noobs in here that want to hold forever, how do we get access to find out when all these drops are coming out? Is there a source that will help us find out when drops happen? Typically Wax does promotion for the tier 1 products that are coming out, that are larger scale. As for others, you kind of just need to be in the Telegram groups. It seems like Telegram has become more the home of Wax projects than Discord. Some are using Discord. Crypto Monkeys has an active Discord, but even they created a group on Telegram because they saw how much of the Wax community was on Telegram. So I don't know if there is something, somebody is creating, now that I remember it, I want to say NFT Hub. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, there used to be a platform called NFT Alerts.
Yes.
That's defunct. Now I would say this, here's a link I just put in the chat. So this allows you to see which drops are getting ready to pop up or have just recently popped up on Atomic Hub. wax.atomichub.io/drops. That allows you to see from verified accounts and verified collections and unverified collections. And there's some good stuff that pops up on there. I was on there. I watch that pretty regularly, and I see if something cool pops. And there was a great artist the other day, but he had an unverified account, but that was okay. The piece was awesome. And I ended up getting the #1 version of that. So it was pretty fun.
Oh, very nice. I can't remember who. I have so many people reaching out to me on Telegram. I'm really sorry. I can't remember who this was. Looks like I can't log in with the cloud wallet, but the site is nfthub.xyz. And I know that they are working on building something that is supposed to be all things NFT. It doesn't look like it's ready for prime time yet, but we certainly need that.
And all of these tools and utilities that we're showing off, they're existing because those spaces haven't actually been filled yet. So there's utility in these things, which is something that Wax could support. We've got a lot of chat participation. Somebody said quality matters. Wax needs world-class NFT artists and artwork. Purge the garbage NFTs on Atomic Hub. I'm just airing this just to be impartial. If Wax wants investors to buy a $5,000 Bitcoin Origins NFT, do not place it next to a 3-cent sticker of a kid picking his nose. There's a valid point in there in that it would be nice if we had better controls over, finding the kinds of NFTs that we're actually interested in purchasing. OBD provided some support for Flow.
Hang on, let's stop there for just a second, Zach. I want to address that.
Sure.
If you go to OpenSea, it's really no different, right? On Ethereum, you'll find some really beautiful pieces next to some crap. It's just that, at least on Atomic Hub, they have a two-tier verification system, right? You've got your check mark with the circle around it, then you've got your check mark, and then you've got unverified. So if you have unverified turned off, then that's going to weed out a lot of the stuff you don't want to see in the first place. And what's wrong with a 3-cent sticker of a kid picking his nose?
Well, and I would say this. So as I just experienced this yesterday, is that with verifications, there's only certain types of collections that are going to be verified. Like I created one called Say Something, and it's got a political bent. And Atomic Hub has stated that they're going to verify no accounts that are related to politics stuff, and that's their choice to do that. So if you wanted to see some certain content related to that, like I created this slam poem around the corruption that's going on, and they're like, nope, there's no way, we're not going to verify that. And that's their policy. But it doesn't mean that's a crappy NFT. In fact, I think it's maybe one of the best NFTs I personally have made, and I've made a lot. And so it just depends. So some of the unverified stuff is not going to be verified just because of the topics, even though it would be cool to have a place where that kind of topics could be discussed or seen. But I think they're trying to protect themselves because the political world gets a little crazy and people get a little cancel culture-ish these days.
So they're just canceling it all. They're just saying it's just, this isn't the platform for that. They're being Switzerland, which, being German, they are right next to Switzerland. So it's kind of close.
In their defense, they're not preventing him from uploading it. They're just refusing to verify the collection. So I wouldn't quite call that censorship. But also that is on Atomic Hub. That's not on Wax itself. And there's a lot of feedback coming in on the chat with suggestions to improve Atomic Hub specifically. So how much do you want to go into that as part of this session?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything this is all fair game here.
Okay.
Raise your hand. There's just something, it's like seeing the comments and chat's great. And I'm going to, Zoom is going to save the chat. I'm going to forward the chat over to Wax as well, so they can see these. But sometimes, putting a little bit more meat on these by talking it through with us will help us to get more to the core of what it is that you want to see. So Sky, I see your hand is raised. Would you like to jump in?
What's up with Whitner Shatner and saying he's going to give us all liabilities for buying his assets?
I don't know
Wow.
what's up with Shatner. Shatner's, he's a different.
Does he not realize he sold us decentralized assets and anything goes?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Does he not realize he sold us decentralized assets and anything goes?
I don't know what he knows. I mean, the dude's, he's late 80s or something. It's a whole new thing for him. I think I don't know exactly how that deal happened.
He's got on the council.
Yeah, he's not on the council anymore. I think
Amen.
he has to be removed from the council because a couple people said words that offended him, and
He was like, get off my damn Twitter lawn.
yeah, the Crypto Twerps guys made a funny parody card that he took offense with. He blocked me on Twitter just for entering the conversation. Like, he's just, I don't know what his deal is, and I don't think he is somebody that we should be looking to for the
So you're
example.
certain he's off the council?
Say it again.
You're certain he's no longer with the council?
He is. Let me double check right here, because if you go to the Wax page, it lists the council members on the Wax Advisory Council. Let's just pull it up and take a look here ourselves.
It sounds like Sky was using a voice modulator thing.
Yeah, he stays anonymous. So I do not see him on the list. He was on the list before. He's not on the list now. But Pranksy has been added to the list. That's a new one. We were the new kids on the block, and now Pranksy is the new. So we have to haze him now. But Shatner is not on the list. So I'm assuming that he has to be removed after some people said words, and that's fine. He's not gonna, he's not gonna drive forward the adoption of Wax. Did anybody really think he was going to come to a council meeting?
I thought he might have
talking like he's been.
Yeah. No,
it's almost like he doesn't really understand what NFTs are yet at this point either. Somebody probably on his team said, "Hey, let's do a thing. You like blockchain and crypto?"
Take a bunch of money from a bunch of good people and threaten them.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. He's as Joel mentioned, he's
yeah,
an old
that's
guy.
good. That's good news. Thank you.
Get off my lawn and shout at the sky. That's what old guys do.
Yeah, I just don't think he really I don't think he even understands Twitter. Because if somebody tagged him in a tweet, he would retweet that and then be all offended. It's just weird. It's just weirdness, and it's fine. Best to him. May he live beyond 100 and and stay cranky. It's my understanding that perhaps he's still a fan of wax, still converses with William Quigley, and there might be a second series. I can't confirm that, but I heard those rumblings. So, if you're a fan of the Shatner cards, then you might have more Shat coming your way.
Yeah, Shatner likes money.
Hey,
M. Munoz, you've said some things. How about you turn on your audio and say them live? Because it sounds like you got some good ideas.
Don't be shy.
Well, the point on this is, some of the folks at Wax are going to watch this and listen to this, and if you don't say anything, they're not going to probably read it. So it'd be nice if you say your things.
The current poll, I'm going to end it right now, show you guys the results. No surprise that the Wax Cloud wallet is the most used wallet. I don't know how those of you who use Scatter use it. I used to until I discovered Anchor, and it's just, Scatter is a buggy, hot mess. Anchor wins for me.
Scatter's going to use the Riddle network to run everything, the reputation identity layer. Anchor's trash. It runs a Node.js and doesn't call consensus user.
Okay, well, I don't know about that, but I'll take your word for it.
Next time you open Anchor, look what processes started and now running, and then go ask the question is, why aren't you getting some sort of compensation for running that node?
Alrighty. Good to know. Thank you, good sir.
Okay, there's other people.
Manny's on now.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, so yeah, I've noticed over these months, that there's a loophole in the Atomic Hub purchasing where folks are forwarding their clocks in order to beat the server time. I believe that's what they're trying to do. And it's working. These folks who do this are able to secure some packs that, honest collectors are missing out on. And I've seen it before, it's obvious, and to me, it seems like nothing's really being done about it. So I'm wondering, is there anything that can be done about it? Or is this something that we're just going to have to live with? Because it is frustrating when, folks come in just to try to get a pack and flip it when, people like me, there's other really good collectors who are unable to secure those packs.
That's a good question. Now, I think it would be an Atomic Hub issue to maybe say what their server time is. But what happens is, and I've tested this, I've moved my clock a minute forward. It doesn't let you access the stuff prematurely until their server time hits, but it does sometimes allow the button to pop up sooner. So then you got your button, and then which allows you then to press the button and then approve your scatter or your anchor or your WCW beforehand. But I think it is, but you can't do it before the server time kicks. So all it does is gives you, I think, maybe a second or two, which when you're talking about sales like, Bitcoin Origins, when those things are gone in a second, like, yeah, that the time is very important with that stuff.
The people that you're referring to are calling the contracts themselves. They're not using Atomic.
And I have heard that as well, that, people who are a little more advanced than me and probably most of us here are going directly to the smart contract on blocks and finding a way to trigger it.
It's just a user interface. It actually doesn't do anything with the block except help us interact with it.
Is there a way to, Sky, is there a way to your knowledge to prevent that from happening?
No, I foresee the future that all bots will be claiming the sales. It's going to be next to impossible to get packs, and we're going to have to buy them on secondaries. And that's just what happens when you let everything interact from smart contracts.
Okay. That's the downside of the blockchain then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Great question, brother. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate that.
Manny.
He's at work, working and multitasking. Good job, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Patrick, I see that hand. Come on in.
Hey guys, you see me?
Yes, sir. Looking good.
All right. quick question. Since you guys, since Wax has obviously millions of wallets out there, could not those wallets be used for advertising in a sense where, like, I've got a subscription to you guys, and so you guys drop stuff in my wallet, giving me information. You're saying, okay, you know what, this is happening next week, or this is happening in a month. Could not Wax be able to do that kind of information also sharing, or would that be considered just too much spam?
That's a really good question. You know, what we do is we create nifty mail. Let me see if I can pull one up. Trev, do you happen to have one handy you can share a screen on? What we'll do is we'll drop to our members a piece of information using NFT mail, and it's an NFT that looks like email, but it is a non-transferable. And so the way that we found to overcome putting spam, and I'm not concerned about dropping stuff into wallets. I'm concerned about those items ending up on the secondary market. So these are non-transferable NFTs. We drop them to people to give them some information, and then they could either, you know, keep it in their wallet as a piece of, you know, NFT history, or they can burn it, but they can't sell it. And I think that's the trick, is when you're going to drop flyers and stuff like this, make it so they are not transferable. They can't end up on the secondary market.
Mm-hmm. You know, that is a great question, because we've done some stuff like with Blockchain Heroes. I think the very first time, like, we ended up doing a drop, but we made it cool, right? We were like, if we're going to drop something, we want to make sure that it adds value to somebody. And, you know, you see very few of those things get burned. So there has been some promotional things, and there's a really cool tool that Bounty Blocks has worked on to create, which you can see, oh, do you have one of these? Well, then you can drop one of these to those people who have this, which is how we do sort of the Nifty boxes. If you have that Nifty box card, that allows us to know that you have that. And then this new drop right here can be randomly sent to these folks. And so I think that wouldn't be a bad idea if people are collectors of NFTs. A lot of those people probably didn't know Atari was getting ready to drop, or maybe they didn't know that, you know, Dead Mouse was getting ready to drop, or there should be some way to opt in for those marketing messages from Wax potentially to say, hey, this is getting ready to drop, and then boom, drop it. And I think
yeah,
that
I
might
guess
be
something like that. You would put a subscription in maybe to Wax and say, I opt in for these free NFT drops of information that's coming on.
Yeah, I don't dislike that.
I want to share one. I have a thought here, because this is something that that Joel has mentioned. We had a conversation with some folks there at Wax, and one of the things that I find that's really interesting. Let me pull up my page here first before we go into that. Is, you know, so some of these collections. Am I showing my right screen? Do you see my screen? Or do you see the scheduling
Yes.
made easy? Which one?
I see scheduling made easy.
Okay, that's the wrong share.
So schedule me.
I want to schedule you on a call here real quick. One of the things, okay, there it is, that screen. And all right, so do you see the atomic right here? Okay. So now look at this. So what we found is really interesting is that Wax, some of the things that they're doing to get some of the big brands on, they're working with their teams, and then they're paying that company some money to get them onto Wax to do this. And one of our thoughts was, well, that's cool and all, but look at the top 5, look at the top 7. There's not one big brand on there. Cogs has done $1.1 million. That's an independent brand. Bitcoin Origins, you know, completely independent. Blockchain Heroes, independent. Alien Words, independent. Pepe, independent. Ultra Horrors, independent. Uplift Art, independent. Tops on Atomic has only done 95,000. Dead Mouse, 76,000. And then Dark Country. Of the top 10, 8 of them are independent artists who are doing stuff. So it's not these big brands that are driving the action on Wax right now, but that's where they think they want to spend all of their time and efforts on. What do you guys think of that?
Yep. If you want to chat, let's see. I see Abe, you raised your hand for the first time. Come on in and share your thoughts.
Yeah. So I'm brand new to Wax. I joined because of the top, because Topps partnered with Wax. I thought it was really cool, but I missed the pack drops, so I never really got into that. I'm actually not sure I would have bought too much of them. But if they could partner with someone like Frazetta Art or something like that, I'd go crazy for that. And then, yeah, the first pack drop that I was really here for was for the horrors, which I liked all the different variants and that. And then Cogs official, like I couldn't really tell the difference between all the different variants, so I haven't really known which one to start with on that. But
don't miss Cogs.
So what about Cogs?
You really don't want to miss Cogs.
Yeah. So now that I see that they're coming out with a game for it, then I'm interested in it. It's just, same thing. I'm not quite certain which sets to go with. But yeah, I like the idea of there being games integrated with the NFTs. And just a couple other things, like feedback on Atomic Hub. One comment I saw in chat is the ability to filter out different things that you don't want to see, like different projects. Because say if I sort it by, say I sort it to see all mint number ones, lowest price, well, it shows me a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not interested at all. And I can't filter them out to see just the ones that I am interested in. I'd also like to see like an alphabetical sort on the main page. And then,
hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it for now.
No, that's good. No, let me actually I want to show you something here. Let me share my screen one more time, because this is one of the things I think maybe even Joel shared this with me, because it just made it so much more helpful. So if you go onto the homepage here and you just click on any one of these, maybe the NFTs that were created recently. And let's say you're going through here and you got the assets and the collections, the schemas and the templates. These templates are ones that were just recently minted. And so look at this right here. Folks who are in here might get one of these today.
Sexy.
But what you can do is you can say, oh, this one's so cute. And you can click on it. And then what I found is if you click on it from there, you can actually see if there are any available on the market. And go, oh, this one's available on the market for 80.
Oh, he's homeless. Give him a home.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a home. Number 8, you're my new home. Not verified yet, but that's okay. I don't mind. 20 wax. Okay, boom. 84 cents. That kitty is no longer a orphan.
He's not homeless. No.
It's really cool to go through here and go, oh, what's being minted right now? Ooh, that's naughty. I see a nipple. And then here's some cards that looks like the horrors have created a new rarity. And looks like they maybe dropped some. I don't know. Has any of these been dropped? You can click on it.
I think those are rewards, like for
one of
making whole collections.
Yeah, one's been issued. View it on the market. Anybody for sale? Not for sale. So that's just kind of an interesting thing that I found, is that sometimes I want to just find one, or maybe I'm seeing something somewhere and I'm like, oh, are any of those for sale? And then you can literally click on the template ID. This is the shitcoin template ID. And then go, are any of these available on the market? Oh, they're not. Or there are. Or are they in the auction? Maybe they're in the auction. No, it's not. So just a little tip that I would share is makes it easier to find some of those cards.
Yeah, I haven't done that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate your feedback. Noble Rabbit wrote, don't act like this is news for you guys about the clock or whatever. It's not new. Learned about it a couple weeks ago, but you said, I'm still unsure how Joel got all the mint number 2s from moment 1 in Bitcoin Origins. I'll tell you how, because their site opener wasn't functional. I went directly to Atomic and clicked unbox. And I don't think they had told people about that yet, but I have unboxed stuff on Atomic before, so I just went straight there and did them. And that's how I got the number 2s. So there you go. Dave Werba, how you doing, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Long time no talk.
Yeah.
What's up, Travis? How you doing, man?
How you doing, brother?
Oh man, yeah, I've been following this whole series from the beginning. I think you guys have done an incredible job. When I'm looking at these sorting lists, whether it's the list you showed or Crypto Slam or even the Wax Explorer. I think you guys are the best marketers of all the brands that have been released. I think you guys have done an incredible job. But what I've thought about is like the importance of the gamification, and I'm not talking about just like burning mechanisms on the inside. I'm talking about like external, like a blockchain gaming platform, whether it's your own branded series or partnering with other ones. Because in my opinion, what I've observed is like the novelty of like a collectible can only go so far. Like it can only carry the project so far if that's all you ever do. And as a holder and an investor, I think, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think people are always going to want to be reaching for something else. Like, where's this going? What's the next step? Is there a game? It's like, are you going to allow us to stake the heroes NFTs to maybe earn hero tokens that you're launching on the other platform? It's like, how does it all connect? How does it continue to grow? So yeah, I know you guys talk about it briefly in your updates, but I'm just curious where your heads are at with that, just in terms of like what elements are needed to continue to expand each project.
Trav, you have words?
I do not have words. No, I think it's a great question. I mean, I think the thing is that the space moves so fast. Think of this. Topps really released their first set in mid-May, late May, right? Like, so here's all the stuff. This space is moving so fast. It's hard to connect all of the dots right now. And so one of the things that Joel and I and Zach really try to do is weave in delight and are we bringing joy? Is this a cool thing that people are going to love? Is it something that moves the brand forward in some way meaningful? You know, and a lot of the things that we look at, especially with our updates, is okay, now you have these cards, now what? That's why we built in, I think, 7 different updates within series 1. We've had 2 or 3 updates already. We have the next 2 or 3, 4 planned, and none of those updates cost our users any additional money. And what it does is it rewards folks. And so we really look at this as loyalty and rewards and driving delight as much as possible and delivering as much as delight. And that's really the driving force. And we're going to experiment and try out new things. I personally think social money combined with NFTs are going to be very big. None of that, the social money aspect does not exist on Wax right now. I know that Kurt Braggett's working on some stuff because he's always working on stuff. He's one of the biggest tinkerers and creators that this space has. And we love that dude dearly. Great dude. And he's the guy behind Nifty Wizards. And so, you know, we see where things are going, but some of the things are still just a little disjointed. And if we can connect the dots, then we'll work with a developer to try to do some new stuff. We'll have a new idea. I know that I would say Joel's probably one of the top mentors of NFTs in the space right now. He's reading smart contracts all the time, going in and diving in and figuring out how, and he's minting he's doing great stuff on that. When it comes to creating of NFTs, I'm always out there looking how to make these NFTs cooler and better, and how do we just make stuff cooler, right? I love to make cool shit look cool.
Honestly, you guys have done just so awesome. But it's like GPK Series 1, it's like that's a case study for no marketing. It's like that what happens when you don't do any follow-up and no marketing is GPK 1. It sits there. The only use I look at it maybe once a month. Hey, look at the cards. Its usefulness to me right now is staking at our planet, and it has nothing to do with Topps. So it's like, I don't understand like what's going on in their heads with that project. Like, I mean,
if you look at it this way, Topps has always been about collectibles, right? They sell packs of cards, and then you collect the cards, you buy, sell, trade them. There's never been additional functionality to traditional collectibles, right? That's something we're inventing now. In their Topps digital apps, you can forge combined cards, right, to upgrade them, and that's a mechanism that's been carried over to blockchain. But I don't know that there's ever been anything other than that to what Topps has traditionally done.
And their very first sale took 27 hours to do. Series 2 took them like 15 minutes or something crazy. Right?
And they dropped something on us today out of the blue. Had no idea it was coming. The Bernie cards.
That's true.
I pulled a signature. Yes.
Yeah, they didn't tell us that's what was going at all. That was completely zero marketing, but that was delightful. It was just like, oh, hey, here's a cool idea. Like what the inauguration was 6 days ago. So, and then that photo of Bernie, I mean, that was super nimble. I got to give it to Topps on that one. That is the most flexible and nimble that I've seen anyone. And I'll tell you why that's happened. It's because Mark Steele is driving blockchain now. Before, there was nobody working on Topps that was specifically blockchain only. Tobin Lent was kind of working on it and managing it. But now there's somebody there that is specific for blockchain and building these projects. So I think that those things will pop up even more so.
It's a 3-day sale. If you go to atomichub.io/drops/1904, it'll pull up and $5 a pack. And there's 2 cards in a pack, and maybe you get something super rare, but if you burn the cards, then you get a chance to I don't know, get a visit from Bernie or something.
Dude, 6 days. I got to give it up to them. Like, good job, Mark Steele. Like, that is nimble as fuck. Like, I've never seen that. Like that. Normally, a company like Topps, that's a 70-year-old company, it's going to take them weeks to be able to finally move and do something like that. 6 days, folks. The pack opening, all the art, all the variations. They moved at the speed of light.
It wasn't even ready when they launched it, because when I first discovered it, went to open the official site, wasn't even ready. And people who were opening packs did it from the smart contract. So, there's I guess there's a benefit to going down the rabbit hole, learning a little bit of the technology, to get a head start right now, but it won't always be like that.
Hey, Travis, can I have one parting comment?
Sure.
One comment out the door. Something I've been thinking about with Atomic Hub. It was like borrowing one of the successful elements of eBay for 20 years is the ability when you see an NFT for $10 and it's like you want to offer the guy $7 for it. There's no way to do that. I think that would be, huh?
Well, there is. There's a backdoor way. And what people typically will do is they will take a kind of a regular pathetic NFT that's not worth anything, like a basic common one, kind of a shitcoin version. And then they'll back it with like $7 worth of wax.
Yeah, it's too clunky,
and they'll do a trade and they'll say, will you take this for that card?
Yeah,
so
but you imagine it's too clunky though. It just seems like if that ability was there, I think the transactions would increase. There'd be a lot more sales and activity, and I don't know. I've thought about that for like 6 months. I've been kind of waiting for them to install that. It seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a great idea. And then somebody else is mentioning here, Bitlord is saying there should be a better way to communicate with folks to make those offers. And I think that, I don't know if it's an escrow issue where it's like, okay, hey, I want to send you $7 for this. And it could be as simple as, would you accept this deal? Yes. Okay. And then you get a message and saying they accept your deal. Okay, boom, I send them $7. Or it could be, hey, here's $7. Would you take this for this card? And then they say yes. And then that $7 gets released to that other person and that card goes to you. It could be done either way.
Exactly. All right. Thanks, guys. Keep rocking.
Thank you, Mr. Warba.
Yep.
There's the poll results of marketing. Most people think that more contests and social engagement are essential for the Wax marketing team. I know Wax is lurking here right now, so they're hearing this.
I would have added this to that poll. I mean, because it's about awareness to me. I think that, a lot of folks like collectibles. They like some of these brands, but they don't understand NFTs or collectibles yet. Like, you can do thousands of mobile ads, on some of these other games that are relevant. Like, man, I think some advertising, if Atari's coming out and they're launching an NFT series, I thought it would be a really great idea for Wax to throw down, instead of paying Atari a bunch of money to do the series. How about say, hey, we're going to use this amount of money to market your product That way your people will see it. They could do Facebook ads, Instagram ads, they could do YouTube ads, they can do mobile ads. I think those right there. And then the more people see wax packs and stack your wax and your NFTs on wax and the king of NFTs, wax, 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 they're going to start hearing and seeing and thinking about wax. Whereas right now there is zero brand equity for wax out in the world. It's all Ethereum, NFTs, Ethereum. People who are on wax understand wax and we get wax, but there's not any real outreach that I see on a marketing perspective to go out and get new users onto wax. And that was one thing that I would say is that mobile ads are cheap. You can get a shitload of them and you could, oh, hey, I want, some of this e-gold for this particular game, or I want an extra life for this particular game. Watch this video. Oh, and it's about wax NFTs. They should be doing that shit all over the place, in my estimation.
I agree with Sir Lord Travis Wright. New poll up. What's the most important Wax Cloud wallet feature to you? If you want to jump in and share some words, thoughts, criticism, concerns, feedback, funny joke, raise your hand. And there is, Travis alluded, there will be a NFT we have created that will drop from the Nifty shop to participants today. At the end of our meeting, I will provide a form for you to put your Wax wallet address in. We appreciate you guys being here, part of the community. And
yeah, there's 65 people on this group and there's 4 NFTs. So that means there's probably going to be around, 21 of each one of them potentially?
Yeah.
They'll be super rare and they're pretty cool.
And they're pretty cool. If Travis doesn't mind saying so himself.
I don't mind saying so myself.
Yeah. So I see people typing. There's words being typed. We need a push for Wax on bigger exchanges. And one way to do that is to be messaging, on Twitter. I don't know why we're not on Binance yet. I really don't. I don't know if there's politics there or what. I'm not privy to any inside baseball on that, but CZ always tweets, what should we list next? So, follow CZ. And when he tweets that, just keep saying wax, wax, wax.
Yeah, I sent him a DM too. He follows me. I sent him a DM. He didn't respond to that, but he's responded to the other DMs. So I don't know what it is about that. But big exchanges are essential. We need to get more liquidity for sure into the space. Bittrex is all right. I always utilize Bittrex. I've not had a problem with that, but definitely I'd love to see it on some other exchanges. And then you'd start seeing it go boop, 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 potentially.
Great question from OBD. Why isn't William Quigley actively speaking on Wax more often? We should get him on big name YouTube channels. I don't disagree. William and the Wax community in general just suffered, a horrible loss with Malcolm passing away. And I know that that's probably impacted him to a great degree. But I would imagine he's also going to be back in the saddle here pretty soon. I've been reaching out to him to try to schedule a meeting to talk to him about some things, and I haven't heard back from him yet. So in time. Okay, Sky, wasn't sure if your hand was up because you forgot to put it down. Go ahead and speak your piece.
Find out some sort of legitimate chart or a list as to what's going on with the 60% of wax locked up.
Good question. It's a good question.
Strange that they would choose an EOS-style protocol to lock 60% of it up. Super strange. So I'm just wondering how come we're still sitting around waiting for that.
Well, there you go, Wax team. There's a question for you. Where is the 60% of the Wax?
First thing from transparency I've ever seen. They have Wax, different tokens locked up, whatever, not all over blocks, but you can't see a single thing about Wax. Strange how it isn't moving or getting listed, huh?
Very interesting. Okay, appreciate that feedback. You guys can give feedback as well. Just click on your Zoom interface. I think you click more, and there's a place for you to raise your hand. Or if you say, just type, I have a question in the chat, and we'll just tell you to come on in here. Now, that's BitLord asks a really great question. In fact, I have a poll around that. So I'm just going to go to, let's see, I think I already shared those results, right?
No, I don't think you shared.
You have not.
Okay, so let me share these really quickly, give you guys, I'm really surprised here that the winner is the ability to access the dApps, because I never use it for that. Maybe it's because I know the sites that they're that I would go to directly, but that's super insightful because I wouldn't have guessed that. So
I've never used my Wax Cloud wallet to access any dApp sites.
Yeah, that's really interesting to me. So I'm going to actually pull up the Cloud wallet here just to kind of show everybody what they're talking about right here. If you go to the Cloud wallet, then you'll see the dApps right here. And these are, so, maybe if you're new to the game and you're not sure, we've been here since the beginning of the dApps pretty much. But if you don't know what's available and you want to find all the marketplaces and the games and all that, this does make sense as a good location to do it. I think maybe organizing them a bit more by category, right? So that all the marketplaces are together, all of the games are together, all the collectibles are together. That might be useful.
Yeah, and I think it would be really useful with Blockchain Heroes to be higher on the list.
I'm not even familiar with this. What is Wax Arena? It's a new marketplace, waxarena.net. There you go. You can find stuff here as well.
Yeah, Bitcoin Origins way down the list too.
Oh,
it's almost like the ones that have done the most should probably be higher up on the list based on popularity. And then here's ones that they're trying to promote.
There was more boobies on that page, Travis.
Oh, I missed it. I didn't see it all.
You missed the boobies, but
I missed the NFTs.
You did, but you can go back and see them again.
Okay.
So here was the question that I wanted to put up in relation to what BitLord was saying. If Wax had a street team that featured a grassroots effort to get Wax listed on exchanges and bring more adoption, would you volunteer? And Wax team really wants you to pay attention to this, because this, for those that say yes, what a great opportunity to put together a true grassroots effort with a plan for what is the messaging and how do we bring this to the world.
You could probably earn NFTs. One thing I was thinking of, Joel, that I've done in the marketing space, which has been pretty hilarious before, is like take a piece of content and then advertise it like on LinkedIn or on Facebook ads, and you can advertise to only people who work at certain companies. Like, how cool would it be to create this, piece of content or something around, the great tokens to keep an eye on or something, and Wax is on it. And then like we're advertising it to only people who work at Binance or only people who work at Coinbase. Like that could work, because then basically they're like, oh, look, here's a YouTube ad. Oh, it's Wax. Oh, look, here I am on Facebook. Oh, Wax. And they start seeing it, and then it starts raising questions. I did this with a project with people who worked at Walmart, and we got in front of them and we ended up selling them $1 million piece of software to Walmart because we spent like $65. It was ridiculous. And so some creative ad campaigns and strategies really work.
Excellent point, Sir Lord Travis. All right, let's see what people said. If you haven't voted yet, go ahead and vote. Count me in. I might, or I'm too busy collecting NFTs.
Yeah.
That's just
There's about 25 people who have yet to vote. 40%. There you go. Go ahead and vote there real quick. Help us out here. This is a community meeting.
I would imagine the most enthusiastic ones have already voted by
Probably
now.
so.
So I'm going to end
There
the
you
polling, share the results.
Boom.
And
Look at
Wax
that.
team, pay attention. You've got 17 people that are lined up, ready to go. And we would be happy to work with those people.
For
sure. Some of you already know this, and so I don't think I'm putting anybody on the spot here to say this, but we have spoken with William before about working closer with Wax, not just being on the council, but perhaps helping to be virtual CMOs. We've spoken with the Wax team. Many of them are very excited about that prospect, but WQ has not pulled the trigger on that. So we would very much like to, take the same sensibilities that we've brought to, Blockchain Heroes and Nifty Box, which, has done really well, and help others that need to understand how to market properly. This is something that Travis and I have been doing our whole careers. I'm in my 26th year now of marketing online, And Travis, what is it, 21, 22, 23?
I got involved in 96.
Yeah, you're in your 25th year
Mhm.
right now. So between the two of us, we have enough marketing experience, and we would love to work with them, but they've got to pull the trigger and say yeah. So perhaps your feedback will help that to happen, and that would include working with the street team to make things happen. Paul Young, you had your hand up first. Come on down and tell us what you think.
You're muted, brother.
Let's unmute yourself.
There we go. Oh, there we
There
go.
you
I
are.
did see the pop-up come up. Yeah, I was just listening. I got into the meeting a little late, but I'm a big proponent of wax. I'm down to help. I voted yes. But hey, look, I love the Wax Cloud wallet. It's awesome. And there's some stuff that I would change about it. It's neither here nor there. I've already contacted some people in Wax about it.
Well, go ahead. Tell us what things would you
I mean,
change?
it's just I like being one LN14.wham. I really like being that name, but I'd rather be like fishy.lads. That's me. That's that's the community that I represent, is the layer 1 and lads community. And I'm not probably not the best person with the Wax blockchain, but I can definitely make my own accounts. I've got access to that. And I have that fishy.lads account, but I can't use Wax Cloud Wallet to manage that. And some dApps only have Wax Cloud Wallet as an option.
Mm-hmm.
And dApps I want to play, games and stuff like that. So, and I want to help represent. So that's just one thing. And I've got a proposal going in at some point soon to them as well. But, and then you guys touched on the tokenomics a little bit. I'd just like to say, people are asking in the Telegram, where do I buy Wax G? So I provided some Wax G on Uniswap and got wrecked today. So you're welcome. You're welcome for that Wax G.
What do you mean? You didn't get good value out of it, or what?
I mean, maybe I did. I'm not really sure.
What's a Wax G worth right now, anyway?
I think like $1.30.
Okay. I think the
according
Wax E
to the pool that I joined,
Yeah. What is a Wax E worth right now?
It's about 40.
40, yeah.
Okay. So it should be.
Yeah,
it should be like
excited.
Whatever 1,000 Wax P is should be what 1 Wax E is, because you got to burn 1,000 Wax P to equal 1 Wax E. But then on the Uniswap thing, it doesn't always map up.
Yeah, I'm excited still about the tokenomics, even though I lost a little bit of value today. But yeah, so I mean, I'm happy about that, and I'm really looking forward to more projects coming on so we can support that tokenomic project and have those fees come in, because I'm definitely invested in Wax on the ETH side and on the Wax side. So thank you for that. Let's just keep building stuff on it and let's make it better.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul. Emilio, I see you there, my friend. Come on down and talk to us.
First, I want to thank you very much for your gracious welcoming to my email and what you have done for me. My son appreciates it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to help. For those who don't know, he was trying to. It's always interesting to me when you've got an older generation trying to get the younger generation into the cool new toys, right? And Emilio's been trying to get his son into NFTs. Like, I really want to get you a Nifty box so you get all these cool drops. And finally, he persuaded him, and now he's got all these cool drops he's getting. You can turn on your camera, Emilio. You said you had it on before.
Yeah, I'm just kind of also multitasking. I'm also on a Draper Gorin because they're doing NFTs right now. But yeah, I'm doing a few things at a time. But what I wanted to really mention, man, was, I think the hardest thing about all this is the technology buffer wall. You know what I mean? Even friends of mine, like I have a very good friend of mine that's computer savvy, and I say, yeah, you come on and do this. I got him started. But the wall, that technology wall for some people is really difficult. And I think that's our greatest challenge, is for people to overcome it. And, sometimes I think about when people use Facebook and they're like, oh, I can't believe that Facebook does this, or Facebook. And meanwhile, they want to know what star they look like, what actor they look like, what does my mom do if they do this? And they're doing all these surveys, you know what I mean? But for some reason, they have a challenge in doing a Wax wallet, for example. That's my thing. But I also believe that when you have players like the NBA Top Shots getting involved in a game, and people, once it hits the news, just like Bitcoin's on the news, Bloomberg has got Bitcoin on news every day now. And I think when those things happen is when people will jump.
Yep.
That's it.
Concur.
Appreciate that.
You know what?
Thanks,
It's
man.
like, I think personally, like out of all the different things, the Wax Cloud wallet is the easiest wallet for, if you know how to set up a Facebook account, then you can set up a Wax Cloud wallet. You can literally connect it to your Facebook or to your Google account. So it's like, it doesn't seem that it's that hard. What is a little interesting, I think, is maybe what Paul Young's challenge was, where he says, I want to be fishy.lads or whatever it was. And it's like, then you can go to wax.blocks.io and go and create your name and get your keys, but then you got to connect it to your scatter, connect it to your anchor. And that's not an easy process, but you don't necessarily have to do that with the cloud wallet. And then Paul's point was, well, now that I got it set up in Anchor or Scatter or whatever, the one Sky referenced earlier, cool, but a lot of these dApps only allow you to connect with your Wax Cloud wallet. So there are some challenges with that, but to me, I mean, creating a Wax Cloud wallet is the easiest crypto thing you can do.
It's
the Wax too, getting the Wax too is a problem, man. Not for us, but for other people.
Yeah, if you could do buy NFTs with cash, like you can do NBA Top Shot, or be like, but I think, hey, hold on. Didn't they create something where you can actually use Changely or something
So if you go to the Wax Cloud wallet,
My Wax. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, actually Changely got rid of it. Now they have the new platform, Change Now, I believe is
Change Now, right. So let me share my screen with this here. So for those that don't know, if you go here and you go to buy Wax, well, there's your options. There's MoonPay for Visa, MasterCard, and I guess is that supposed to be a bank transfer? So that is
that's for Europe. That's for Europe, the first.
And then Simplex, and then Change Now. You can change from Bitcoin or Ethereum. Let's just look at it right here. So let's just see, what is one Ethereum gets you 31,338 wax. What does that turn out to be? I'm curious if somebody wants to do the math on that. How much is that per wax P? Let me use one of them old fangled calculators.
I don't know what Ethereum's worth right now, but obviously Change Now is going to take a little percentage of that. But if wax is 4.2 cents, which is what I saw that equals $1,316. But I don't know what percentage.
Okay. Well, that's pretty close to what I would expect then. So there is onboarding, but it's I think a lot of it is the mindset of getting people accustomed to understand that this is a different currency. Why do I want to go buy NFTs? Why do I need this wax thing? Right. And that's part of the onboarding, is getting them to understand that this is a new way of transacting. It's like you tell them it's like Bitcoin, but it's better for buying NFTs.
Mm-hmm. Like that's what it is. Like, that's one of the things too, is that we wanted to have originally when we were talking about launching our first Blockchain Heroes, Topps was able to accept cash or credit cards, and Shatner was able to accept credit cards, but they wouldn't allow us because their service provider, Stripe, they're scared about NFT chargebacks. And so they said that's one of the reasons why a lot of these NFT platforms do not have that, because credit card to crypto, buy the crypto. Well, you can't just get that crypto back if they're doing if they're trying to scam it. So, there's some scammers out there that do nefarious things, and then they try to get something, and then they get, I didn't buy that. And then the bank just goes, okay, and they refund them their money, but now they're out of that crypto. So something like this might be the solution we're going to have to deal with.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but Wax.io is updated now, and here's the roadmap. So they haven't said when they're launching the Capcom partnership for Street Fighter yet. Altcoin support on ETH Bridge. All of this is on the roadmap for the next 5 months, right? So we're almost at the end of January. So this is all supposed to be by June 30th. And it includes the ERC 721 and ERC 1155 support ETH Bridge. So this is huge, right? Because this means you'd be able to bring over any NFT from Ethereum, whether it's on the regular 721 chain or the engine chain, and bring them over to, I'm assuming it's a two-way bridge. Maybe somebody who knows can clarify.
Probably a wrap. It's probably a wrapped NFT, like a wrapped ETH or a wrapped engine kind of a token.
You're making me hungry. I want to order a wrap now.
You can do that. I'm interested about the altcoin support ETH bridge. That sounds like an interesting thing as well.
So all of this stuff is coming, including a native mobile Wax Cloud wallet, right? So I think that's going to be a big deal as well. I see Jeremy Bourne is popping in. I think Anders, did you pop in as well? Would love to hear from both of you guys with your feedback on what you would like for Wax to know. First of all, I see Smack. You had your hand up first. Are you here to talk, Smack?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, man, you're up.
Yeah. So I'm here just because, like, GBK, I saw it on their website, on Top's website or whatever. I didn't know anything about blockchain. So just like what's being done to onboard new people that have no idea about blockchain? Like, I mean, you look at Top Shot, and I guarantee most of those people have no idea about blockchain or flow or whatever, right?
Sure.
They just want NFTs. So, yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know what the at large is being done to onboard folks. I don't know that there is. That's one of the things that one of the holes that I maybe see in the overall marketing and advertising strategy of this is just and then making it as easy as possible for those folks. Like if you guys have not experienced NBA Top Shot, it's built on Flow. Flow is built by Dapper Labs. Dapper Labs built CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties company, Dapper Labs, partnered with the NBA, and they've sold over $10 million worth on Flow so far.
Is that all?
And when these things drop, they drop and they're sold out with like in minutes. Every time, like I've been watching, like they're in series 2 right now, and I was able to get a couple packs of drop 3 and drop 6. I did not get any of the Cool Cats ones. They're just gone. And then they dropped the legendary packs, and those packs like $250 a pop. And I know Jeremy Bourne is in here. He was the one that got me in on the beta early on, and they're blowing up. It's easy. They just you got to use your credit card. You don't even got to use crypto. And then, but also, I don't believe that you can export those NFTs to a private wallet somewhere. They're just stuck on NBA Top Shot. But
yeah,
it doesn't seem to bother too many folks.
No, and every release is a struggle. So it's not that it's like, even though it struggles, people are still lining up, just to get these things. So we got to get new people on board that have no idea about crypto. So like free giveaways to people, get with Tops, tell them like, just get people buying with their credit card on board with Wax. And the more that come, the more the merrier. And then everybody benefits, I think, right? So the smaller projects, etc., which are awesome, by the way. So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's great feedback, and we totally support that. There needs to, again, this kind of goes back to a combined marketing effort from the Wax team, in my opinion, and a street team that has an orchestrated, a plan for bringing this to the unwashed masses that don't yet understand blockchain and digital collectibles. Think how many millions of people out there collect stuff, whether they're cards or art or anything you can imagine that you could turn into an NFT. There's so many. Joseph, I see that hand. You're up. Unmute yourself and share words or thoughts or pictures. Or don't. There you are. And I see you're unmuted. You can talk now, Joseph. Or is your mic not connected?
Use the force, Joseph.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for Joseph, Jeremy, I see you're in the room. Would love to hear from you. You can see the results of the poll. Bitcoin Origins just slammed Blockchain Heroes in the favorite. And got to hand it to you guys. You've created an incredible set, an incredible community, and talk about some great marketing there by building the puzzle into it. Jeremy, are you able to pop on for a sec? Or are you with the kids?
Yeah, just right in the middle. So I'm just trying to listen in. Give me like 3 minutes and I can come back and
Okay,
comment.
that sounds
sure.
great. Joseph, are you with us yet? See, you're unmuted, but I don't hear any words. Nope. Anybody else want to share some thoughts? Raise your hand here in the Zoom, or just unmute yourself, since it seems like there's not a.
Hey, here's an interesting one. Leela, are you there? Leela says, it would be great if there was an official gear shop like the Blockchain Heroes t-shirts and hoodie. Good way to advertise and look cool. Maybe t-shirts with the link. So yeah, we created something called NFT shirts, nftshirts.io.
CO.
Oh yeah, .co, nftshirts.co. And we're willing to work with any other of the projects out there who want to do some shirts. Like, we have a vendor, we have the technology put into place now that we can take the NFT art, create a cool NFT. I'd love to see quite frankly, I'd love to see a Bitcoin Origins, like that Genesis character guy with his mustache and his sort of, that would be a really cool shirt. Oh, and Joel's wearing his right there.
I'm wearing my Genesis shirt right now.
It's pretty solid quality too, huh?
Yeah, no, I love it. It's great. Fits very comfortably. So yeah, that's another way to spread the word out there, is by wearing wax oriented and NFT oriented stuff. Other comments, thoughts? I have no more polls.
I have one more comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I almost don't want everybody to know about us all right away yet. I almost feel like we have such a solid community. It's like, hold on, let the world wait a minute. You know what I mean? They'll ruin it somehow.
Well, typically it's said that marketers ruin everything, but in this case, I think that marketing is what's needed. As soon as marketers arrive at social platforms and stuff, they clobber stuff. Joseph, we can hear you now.
Oh, my bad. That sucked. I had to do all kinds of crap to get this shit.
No worries, man. We're glad you're here. What's on your mind?
All right. Well, I've been listening on and off, and I missed some of it because my girl came over to bring me some food here at work. But
I didn't get any. Where's my food?
I'm sorry, man. This is here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, I'm on my way.
I don't get, it's not too often that I get, to jump on something like this with all you guys, that have so much knowledge in the space and everything. I basically got in to NFTs with Dark Country, and I was on EOS. I've kind of, they were one of my blockchains that I liked the most for kind of a while there, and then I saw them pop up on Scatter. The Scatter's the one that I use. I've been trying to kind of get into Anchor and a couple other ones, but for now, that's still my main wallet that I use. And I saw Dark Country pop up, and I'm an old school Magic player. So, I had been thinking for a while, when are they going to come up? When are they going to have Magic go onto blockchain and all this, so I don't have to have my card just sitting there, that I don't use and stuff sometimes. So, but overall, it's been great. I think Dark Country is awesome and amazing. I'm actually probably one of the bigger holders of the cards. I have that collection up there of the mythical cards. So I've been collecting for a while, and I'm super excited about that to come to fruition and stuff.
Excellent.
Overall, I'm trying to create some NFTs myself. I'm an engineer by trade, and I'm very familiar with AutoCAD, and I've been trying to throw some stuff together to make some kind of like 3D objects and stuff. And I did, on Atomic Hub, create a couple of them, but it was the first time I did it, and I'm not even sure I did it right, but 5 of them popped out for me. So I'm gonna try to get into that a little more. Earlier, I heard you guys talk about that they're gonna be developing something where I can put them in packs. Is that what I heard you guys say?
I'm sorry?
Like if I, because I was trying to create some of them on Atomic Hub, and I wasn't able to, everybody has like all these nice sales that they have where you buy the packs and they come out randomly and stuff. And I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah. That's coming.
I'm not a big programmer, so
that's coming. We pay the guys at Atomic Hub to create our to package up our cards, to template them up, and we hand them the odds, and that's how they make money. They also make on secondary, on the markets, but really that's not enough to keep everything going, at least not right now. So to build these custom packs. However, they are working on a pack system. We talked about that a little earlier, that you'll be able to have more of a one-click type of experience to create your own packs of cards. I'm imagining that it will look something like, here are the assets, and set the odds of these different assets dropping, how many cards will drop in a pack, and what does the pack look like. And I'm sure it'll just be a generic style. Maybe in the long run, they'll make it where you can apply a video to pack openings as well. I don't know. But, all of them pretty much look the same. You go to the pack, you click unbox, the pack shakes a little bit, you open it, and then, either a video plays or it doesn't, and then cards drop, right? So I think, I would imagine within 2 months, you'll be able to do that on Atomic.
Okay, that sounds pretty nice. Yeah, because I wasn't even sure where to start on that thing, on actual packs, but I kind of figured that would be something I'd like to do. I guess I'm trying to put together some NFTs to, put some stuff on the blockchain that should pretty much always be there, and so things that hopefully we don't lose through all the chaos that's going on right now with all the world and everything.
Well, here's the good
censorship and different
news.
stuff like that. So,
The good news is this, that you're all pioneers right now still. This year, I feel like by the end of the year, we're moving into early adoption because of stuff like Top Shot. But this is still the very beginning. All you got to do is look and see. There's 65 people in a Wax community meeting. Now, we know that there's thousands of people that are involved, but there's just 65 people here for this meeting. This is nothing. You're all pioneers. You're all part of something that is at its beginning, and that should be really exciting. When you think about, hey, there's 1,200 Genesis cards, this guy from common cards from series 1 that are out there, and because of that you can get a card for $1. But when you think of how many people we intend to have collecting blockchain heroes in the future, that's 1,000, 1,200 is going to be nothing. Those will be super hard to get. And I think the same goes for all of the different properties that are planning on being here for the long haul. Having 125,000 cards will look like nothing when new series you have 5 million cards that are available because there's so much demand. So this is just the beginning. And I know the Blue Wizard is lurking, and he talked about this on the interview we did with him a couple weeks ago, that this is just the start, which is why he's buying up packs and cards and low mints and planning on holding them for 10 years.
Yeah,
this is not investment advice.
Yeah, and of course I've been seeing it blow up just in the time that I've been collecting Dark Country, and then I through them I found all of you guys, and I didn't know any of you guys really existed before I started getting into Dark Country and stuff. And obviously NFTs are amazing, and I try to explain to some of my friends, but a lot of them still don't get it, and I'm trying to tell them about owning things rather than playing something where you don't own anything. Obviously you spend so much time and everything on a lot of games and stuff, and so yeah, I'm excited to get some NFTs out there and stuff, and I guess I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing it right. I spent the first amount of time just actually making the object that I'm going to make, the actual 3D object in AutoCAD and that kind of stuff, and now I'm trying to figure out kind of which is the best way for me to actually generate the NFTs, and the easiest one I could find was the Atomic NFT creator. And I don't know if that's the way I should be going. In the future, I kind of hope to do something along the lines of, if people collect enough of my NFTs, they can put them all together and potentially get like a real physical item, you know, because
Right.
I do a lot of physical work. I'm in fabrication, you know, as my trade and stuff. So I guess I'm trying to see how I would go about doing something like that with my limited coding.
And you will be able to do that. So that is going to happen. I just want to point out that some, you know, homegrown stuff isn't coming from PAX. You know, we discovered a guy named Pumayana on Twitter. I found him and some of the stuff he was doing on Ethereum, and we hired him to do some stuff for Blockchain Heroes. And now today, you know, on the market, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he is actually moving more product today than Blockchain Heroes because the cool artwork that he's doing. And this is before doing anything with packs. This is just creating something in limited editions and escalating rarities with increasing prices. And there's a really great secondary market for some of the work he's doing. So this is proof that you can start with nothing, without a pack system even. And look at that beautiful item right there.
And so you're saying he kind of just posted each one of these individually and set a price?
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty nice. I mean, I even did it the first time, but I don't think I got the mint numbers on it, so I wasn't too sure what I didn't select. Because I only did 5 of them, but they didn't come out with mint numbers. And I don't know if there's any other places that have better tutorials and stuff for that.
There will be. We're talking about putting together some more of that. And I know, like, you know, we've got Anders is here. I see Danish Crypto. You know, he does some great stuff on his YouTube videos. Anders, do you want to say anything?
Me myself, no. If Swedish Anders was here, I'm pretty sure he could explain exactly why. But I'm sure you didn't select maximum number on your template before you tried to push out your NFTs. I think you did it directly, just minted NFTs and not minted them from a template, and that's what gives you the numbers. The mint numbers.
Correct.
Got you. Yeah, and I did see the template thing, but I guess I don't know. And I like with my limited.
But yeah, Swedish Anders has a pretty nice tutorial on that one.
We have Swedish Anders and Danish Anders. Jeremy, I see that you are ready to go, so come on in. And founder
What's up?
of Bitcoin Origins. Dude, what do you want to see from Wax?
What do I want to see from Wax? I'd love to see more artists, creators, you know, come into the space, obviously. You know, but it's not really necessarily the lack of people that are coming into the space and trying to create, because, you know, like Puma as an example, Pumayana is doing some incredible stuff. You know, they make it really easy for people to come in. But at the end of the day, really what it comes down to is people in the masses are going to go where the money is. And the money right now is in Top Shot. The money right now is at Nifty Gateway, right? Because it's super easy to get in. You can use credit card. You know, people are going to go to the headlines where there's $3.5 million being transacted just from Beeple alone, right? Where somebody can buy one of his pieces like Into the Ether for $999 and sell it on the secondary market for $400,000, right? If you look at NBA Top Shot over the last week as just a primary example, I think they've generated about $5 million in 24 hours. And over the last 7 days, it's I think upwards of $23 million. So what does that tell us? Damn. If you look collectively over the entire Wax ecosystem, all of our projects, right? It's nothing comparatively. So we need to really get a lot more people in. And to your point, it comes down to marketing. It comes down to expanding beyond where they're going to, you know, to get people to come in. And, you know, obviously getting listed on exchanges is a huge part of that. You know, but it's not the only thing. There's so many other organic things that you can do as an organization to get new people and new eyes in on this project. And obviously part of that is just ease of use. If it's easy to get Wax, as the wizard has said many times, the easier it is to get Wax, the more people will come in and the more you can actually penetrate things like Street Fighter when they're coming in. If you want to penetrate their fan base, you better market directly to them and make it easy for them to come in to purchase the NFTs without having to learn the Wax ecosystem. If you do that, we can get to the same levels as you see on Flow.
I concur. I think you made a lot of great points there. And I've purchased, I said, I have like maybe 150 complete moments on Top Shot so far. And a lot of the packs are $9 a pop. Some of them are higher, but it's like, dude, it's so simple. It's like, I want to buy 5 packs, and it goes, okay, times 9 plus tax. All right, it's $49. Boom. And I pay $49. And then I get my packs, and then I open them. If you got to go, if you don't understand crypto and you're like, oh, wait, I got to get wax. Oh, well, that's why I think that change now might be a helpful thing. And then having additional places for liquidity. And I maybe go back to the Sky question that he talked about with the 60% of wax tokens locked up in a smart contract or something. Maybe that's an issue.
We can't see it anywhere.
That's interesting. I wonder if those are going to be released at later times, or is that, you think that maybe there's a reason why some exchanges aren't letting them on?
Do you want my opinion?
Sure.
Of course.
I mean, man, William Quigley co-founded the Tether, right? I mean, that's its own sentiment. I don't know. Anyone who knows what's going on with Tether knows what's going on in the industry, so that alone can give you all the answers you're looking for.
Very interesting.
It would be nice to have those answers. So hopefully William will get this. And Sky, did you want to say something else? Because I saw the hand up there.
Yeah, 2 questions here. First one, so how come Wax keeps doing giveaways and the only people landing mint ones are accounts with no assets, no history, and they're freshly created? So then I would ask, when transparency, when RNG, when open to the public? And my second question would probably be is, why are they reminting assets that have already been minted once? You see them minted on Simple, and you're seeing them minted on Atomic again. So very easy to understand. There's a lot of back-end bullshit going on.
Well, I would assume that the reason you're seeing giveaways go to first-time wallets is because they go on Twitter and say, put your address down below. And so you've got a lot of people that, you know, are just signing up for a wallet and putting them in, and maybe they get lucky. Can't imagine any other reason. Doesn't seem like those giveaway ones would be, you know, high in demand. Could be wrong.
I want them. They're in high demand for me.
You want them all. You are the hodler.
Pay it forward, don't worry.
Guy, you got enough. You got enough, man. Just send some of your shit.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
I'm gonna die broke, I swear. It's gonna go to the people.
You cannot have enough NFTs. I cannot believe how many I've already collected, and it's not even been a
I
year.
gave 30,000 of them away for free in the last 3 months from the Dropbox. It's just a beginning, man. I'm not here to take the plunder. I'm
That's
here to
awesome.
share it.
That's great, man. Pay it forward. I dig it. Well, we've been at this for an hour 45, and I think we've got a lot of great content. Is there anybody that has something to add that hasn't been said yet that you think the Wax team needs?
I got another question actually for Wax, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
So for those who know the history of Scatter and NS James building Scatter and everything in between, they would know that the RIDL network will govern basically everything built on EOS. So what's the likelihood this gets integrated anytime soon? I know we're seeing a little bit of a delay now that James has moved over to Ultra. So I'm assuming that's also why Riddle tokens have been removed from everywhere. But again, I don't foresee EOS without Riddle network. So I guess, again, my question is, when does that translate to Wax, considering they've been built on the EOS out protocols?
All right. Good question. Hopefully Wax can.
I actually don't see anybody sustaining any future without using the Riddle network on EOSL, or anyone using the blockchain integrated with us, to be honest. But again, that's a question for Wax.
You're above my pay grade right now.
The RIDL network is the reputation and identity network. Reputation and identity layering. And without it, there's just no chance of anybody being credible unless you signed up, because the future is just a lot of shady shit, as we've already seen. And again, I'm just interested to know when Wax is going to have that conversation.
Good questions. Hopefully they
So I
can
want-
give us a good answer along the way.
Hey, I need to step away for just a minute, Trav, so run the show.
Hey, you want to drop that form?
Yes, let me drop the form. So we've got 4 NFTs. I'm going to mint 21 of each of them. Everybody, please just do one per person. I'm going to drop the link into the Zoom chat right now to everyone. Fill that out, and tonight I'm going to mint these and drop them.
And I do want to say, after looking at Pumiana's versions of the wax ones, these are not nearly half as cool, but these are free. So you get what you pay for.
But yeah, I must say, Sky, it's a good question, and I also would like to hear their answer at some point. But yeah, maybe over the pay grade of the
It's the
people here.
strangest thing to me because they released the contract of the Ethereum bridge, obviously. But again, where are they coming from and why can't we see those contracts? It's the same question I was asked, is why are we stuck below 5 cents? I have spent a lot of wax before Atomic was even a conversation, and I've dragged it up over 5 cents with other people I know. And then we have bigger exchanges, bigger names, bigger volumes. We have all these things coming to fruition, but we're still going down, 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 down.
Well, I think we actually chatted with the CFO about this the other day.
Oh man, I don't actually care about the money, the value.
No,
of each
here, imagine
token
this.
itself.
So imagine this.
I
Like,
just want to look contracts.
yeah. Well, you have like big projects like Cogs that sell a bunch of stuff in wax, and then what do? They go onto the market and they dump it. So because they want to switch it out for cash and use that money for revenue. So like that's part of a problem where it's like they're doing a big sale or we're doing a big sale. Like normally I only sell wax if I want to convert a little bit to Bitcoin. But I don't do it that often. I'm at the point where I'm like, dude, wax is at 4 cents. Dude, it should be 8. How long is it going to be till 8 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents? Like, I'm holding it. I don't want it.
The idea of spending wax is a joke because it's a protocol token and it should be staked for resources, which can be sold for more, and it should be plugged into the DeFi. So the fact we're spending wax alone is a joke. If you told me I had to spend EOS when I showed up here, I wouldn't have came. So the future, I don't foresee wax being spent. I foresee being Ether. You got Dust, you got TLM from Mr. Yates. You have all these currencies and social currencies, but spending wax alone itself is a joke. We just have to right now. It's meant to be staked, meant to be DeFi, but I just have a hard time understanding why we can't see these contracts with so many people here and so many big names, and they have no problem listing every other one except the ones we are all paying to play on.
Good points. All right,
the
you
rest
guys have not had a
looks,
chance to fill out the form yet, please do. It's in the chat.
Yeah, looks like 53 have filled it out. So there's 63 in the room. So I would expect a few more. And these NFTs are really cool. Travis is getting really good with creating stuff. And I'm going to show them to you here on the template. There's 4 of them.
But then you just showed Pumayana, and then it's almost like, look at these really kick-ass Pumayana ones, and then here's these ones Travis made.
Oh, these are really good though, Travis. You did well. You did well.
Don't underestimate
I got more
Travis.
leveling up to do.
Don't underestimate yourself. You're a good designer, dude.
Check that out. I mean, that's super cool. So that's a standard wax one. And then why won't it let me go through it? All right, I gotta stop sharing it and pull up the other one for some reason.
That's the basic wax one. And then we got one for wax P, wax E, and wax G.
There's the wax P. And then, did it show that?
It did.
Okay. And then here's the wax E. And then finally, last, but definitely not least, because you got to have the blue token to complete the trinity of waxiness. There's the wax G right there.
Patrick was thinking garbage, and then he goes, "Oh, these are nice. Well, thank you, Patrick."
Yeah,
I don't know that I try not to create garbage NFTs.
So I will create.
Joe will tell me ahead of time if they're garbage.
I will. I'll be like, that one's not so
Like,
good.
these are complete shite, mate. And I'll be like, oh.
All right. My food's on the way, so I'm gonna end this. And I'm gonna say thanks to everybody who participated. You will get dropped if you filled out the form. I'm gonna close the form in a minute. As soon as I end the Zoom, I'm gonna close the form. So if you haven't filled it out yet, I'm gonna drop the link.
Yeah, you'll at least get one of 21. So whichever one that you do randomly get, there's only 21 of them, so they're pretty rare.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your time.
Hopefully Wax will take give a listen and draw some value out of this that they can apply to moving things forward. And quick plug, you have 5 days left to get a Nifty box. If you haven't picked one up yet, all of the King boxes are taken. There's 100 of those, and we're at 160 star boxes that are taken. Only star memberships are left. You'll get NFT drops for the rest of this year. Drop to your wallet like they're hot. Go to theniftybox.com to check that out. And of course, we have our Blockchain Heroes community meeting tomorrow night, every Wednesday, same time, 7:00 Eastern, nifty.show/report. If you want more info on that, just go to the Telegram, BC Heroes, t.me/BC Heroes is where you'll find that.
Hey, Joel, how about some social money?
I don't have any links created for the social money tonight, but we will give some away.
Just plug it.
Tomorrow
this might
night.
Be a way we can spread the knowledge.
Well, actually, it's already the drops are already claimed, all of them that we've created so far. They get snagged up pretty quick.
He's taught. We've created social money on Roll. That is the hero token, $sign hero, and we're going to be dropping some hero to attendees to tomorrow night's hero report. So people will be able to use that social money for things in the Blockchain Heroes and Bad Crypto podcast ecosystem. So join our Telegram, t.me/BC Heroes. Come to the Hero Report tomorrow night, 7:00 Eastern, nifty.show/report. There'll be a pinned post to it in the Telegram. So that's it. My food's on its way. I'm out. Thanks, everybody.